Why, hello there, everybody. Welcome to episode one of Radio PodFish. Waiting for my friends to get here, um, but it should be just a pretty chill first episode. Um, we're gonna see how my friends, right, Kitty and UnframeOfMind are doing, aka Daniel Wagner. And we're just gonna chill. We're gonna have some fun. So hopefully you guys enjoy the show once it happens. And obviously there will be a video on demand on my Twitch. There will be a video on demand on my YouTube that I'll post. And yeah, we're just gonna have a nice chill time. But yeah, we're gonna see what's going on with their YouTube channels. We're gonna check and see if they want to talk about other things. I don't know. I'm one of the most unprepared streamers ever, and that's just a me thing. It's a me issue. But you know what? Such is life. Got myself a nice chocolate protein shake. Trying to eat healthier. I need to send the link out. There's Right Kitty. Neat.
Hello.
Hello, I have not spoken to you in probably 2 years. Maybe longer.
Yeah, I think so. It's been a while.
It's been a long time. Yes, it has. I'm waiting for my bearded friend to come here, but hold up. Yeah, there you are. Okay, cool. I was sending out the link. And I sent the link out to him. He's probably running late. He's married, has a kid, family stuff, so he could be doing a whole plethora of things.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a patient person. It's not that big of a deal. But how have you been doing?
I'm doing all right.
Neat. I linked your YouTube page down below, but it looks like you haven't posted anything in 3 months.
Yeah, yeah, that's the reality of life, I guess. I've
That's
been working
totally
on a big
fair.
video. I've been
That's
working on
totally
a big
fair.
video, so I haven't posted anything since October.
No, no, that's totally fair. I ain't judging. I mean, the YouTube algorithm's judging you, right, for sure, but I'm not judging. Um,
Yeah,
but
probably. I'll probably get back on the grind once I
yeah,
get there.
you need to probably do what a YouTuber I followed, whose name is Oz Media, is doing. He have you did you ever hear about the Illuminati situation?
No.
Illuminati is a YouTuber who got, and you can just YouTube this because it's all over the place. In short, Illuminati is like one of those long form documentary style channels, and it turns out that she was doing some really, really horrible crap behind the scenes to a bunch of other YouTubers, manipulating younger male YouTubers such as Oz Media, and lying, manipulating all that other stuff, guilting him into signing contracts that he had no idea what they were about. She was about, I don't know, 8 years older than him, so she had a lot more experience than he did. And Oz Media is working on an expose video on her and suing her at the same time. No, and I think he's either suing her or she's suing him, and he's defending himself in court. But he's working on a large project, but since it's his job, YouTube is his job. I mean, Blair almost took his entire house, like sued him out of his entire house. Yeah, it was because of his followers on Twitch and YouTube. He was going to do, well, he was willing to do a 24-hour stream to raise the money. He raised the money within the first 30 minutes of the 24-hour stream, and it was several thousands of dollars. She sued him. She was going to take the house away from him before Christmas. So, yeah. So, but he's going to be doing a large video on Blair, but he understands, since it's his job, like YouTube is his job, he has to continue to put out, his regular content on top of this big video that he's working on, because it's a large one, because there's a lot of information. There's a lot of information. Blair is a piece of crap. Like, she had the nerve, like, she posted a video basically exposing herself, because I'm pretty sure you've heard of the YouTuber Legal Eagle, the super far left lawyer YouTuber who doesn't really talk about the law. He mostly just inserts his own political view
I haven't
while
had that
talking.
in a long time.
Oh yeah, well, the whole thing started when Blair. I don't like Legal Eagle at all, but the whole thing started when Blair accused Legal Eagle of plagiarizing her work.
Huh.
As much as I hate Legal Eagle, and as much as I've heard he's an absolute dog water lawyer from other people in the lawyer YouTube community.
Yeah, I understand that. Just because, like, one thing's true doesn't make other things true, right? So it's
Oh yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, no matter how dog water of a lawyer you are, you would still know not to plagiarize people. And she accused him of plagiarizing a basic highlighter effect that everyone on YouTube has done. He pointed out that
oh my god.
Yeah, he pointed out that he had used that same effect on whatever editing software they're using, because I think they use a similar software. 3 years before she
similar effects if you're using the same software. But not like it's her own software. So.
Yeah, but that's what all kicked this off. And as much as I hated to defend Legal Eagle, I had to, because it's like, he didn't steal from you. Everyone's done the same thing. That would be the equivalent of if a YouTuber that I like to follow, Sensitive Society, were to all of a sudden accuse me of plagiarizing his work because we cover the exact same type of videos. He would never do that. He would never do that. He's not that type of person. He's not a prick like that. But that's the exact same thing. People can cover the same topic. People can use the same effects. You don't own the editing software. You just don't. So that's a thing that happened. But she basically broke off all of her friendships, and she's posting as if nothing ever happened. And she's like, I don't care what political views my YouTubers have, just as long as they're not, if I'm following a political channel and I know that they're political, or they're like Razor Fist, where I know he's both political and video game at the same time, and that's been his whole shtick since day one, I don't care. But if you're a YouTuber that never covers politics, but all of a sudden your channel just becomes political out of nowhere, or you've covered politics here and there, but now all of a sudden it's like super duper political just right off the bat, that's where I have issues. And Blair's been posting a lot of, anti-Republican type videos and stuff like that, to the point where even the people that agree with her politically are getting sick and tired of it. And it's just one of those things where she's like posting as if nothing ever happened, while suing everyone that called her out, because she makes a lot of money and she's able to do it to try to silence them. Thankfully, Oz Media got the money from his patrons. did a GoFundMe, raised the money, and he'll be able to cover at least part of his court fees because he's not.
That's
yeah. His followers are not going to let him down. Like, there's too much evidence against Blair, and she's being way too sketchy about it. She made an entire video exposing herself, and she actually had the nerve to show the self-unaliving note of a YouTuber named I Am Wonderstruck, who she also manipulated into signing contracts that he had no idea the ramifications of. Yeah, she's an older woman who's manipulating younger men who have very little life experience.
Fun.
So, yeah, it is fun. It is. So you're working on a big video. I'm just working on trying to get my channel off the ground and that sort of thing. Well,
yeah, I probably, like, after I do my big video, I'm probably gonna, like, do, like, I guess a couple smaller stuff. Like, I want to talk about Capcom, what they've been doing, and things like that, I think. But yeah, I'm working on my Ruby rewrite, so.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I haven't put it into 2 parts, and it looks like it's gonna be like about 30 minutes.
Oh, good lord! Jeez.
Yeah.
See,
the last Ruby rewrite video was 45 minutes. So it's like,
oh, good lord. Yeah, I'm too late. I'm too lazy to do videos like that. And also, I've been on TikTok for too long, so I'm off TikTok now. Like, I deactivated my account.
I did see that.
But it's like, I've been on TikTok so long that even my long form videos, I'm trying to make shorter so people, because I have that mindset of editing in TikTok and not that mindset of editing in YouTube.
Honestly, I think the sweet spot for YouTube is like probably like around like 10 minutes.
That's what I've been trying to do, but
10, 15 minutes. Yeah.
Sometimes
it's okay. Like, you'll find your sweet spot, right? So.
I will. I haven't posted it yet, but I just did like a 10-minute rant video on Vosh while walking around outside because it's like, it's Vosh. It's Vosh. Vosh is an idiot. I just can't. What I can't believe is that there are people defending Vosh. That's what surprises me. And not only that, there are people defending Tipster for defending Vosh, and I'm like, what? Because I think I showed you the screenshots of one person who tried to use things in my past against me, and I'm like, dude, the difference between me and him is I owned up to my crap and I bettered myself. That's the difference. I grew from my mistakes. Tipster has not grown from his mistakes. There's a big difference between the two.
Yeah.
And then she's like, and then I saw her Twitter page. She's like, I would just stay away from anime porn altogether because they're all in high school and stuff like that. I'm like, you're literally defending these idiots. And she's made her entire mission to defend them. I'm like, let's take the anime stuff aside. Vosh has openly admitted to wanting to do bestiality crap and stuff like that. So, like, even without the anime stuff, you're still defending a complete degenerate human being who has no qualms about it and is very firm in his beliefs.
Yeah.
Like, what the crap, dude? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. It's like, you're simping over somebody who thinks kids and adults can consent. He's openly said that these are all recorded clips, not taken out of context. Like, obviously
I've seen tweets too. It's like, like, nah, bro.
and even if they were supposedly, quote, taken out of context, what context? Like, even cut out of the full clip, and it was just that small little sound bath. How can you justify that? Those words,
like lowering the age of consent. I don't think there's any context that would make it look.
No, not at all. So taking the anime out of it, that aspect out of it, I don't care about that part.
Yeah, honestly, it's just me. It's like, yeah, he's just a hypocrite. Like, he's a massive hypocrite, bro.
Mm-hmm. I just don't get it. It's one of those things where it's like, you say these things, you call people these insults, you say I don't know if you've heard of a YouTuber by the name of Asmongold.
Yes, I have. Mm-hmm.
He all but called Asmongold a PDF file because of Asmon's stance on anime. And yet here he is doing the very things that he is calling other people out for.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it. I'll be right back. I gotta go see what's going on.
Okay.
He'll pop up when he pops up. But that's just one of the things that pisses me off. It's like, at least stand on your morals. Like, your morals can be as screwed up as humanly possible, but at least stand on your morals. Vosh has now said he's going to make an hour-long video trying to justify himself. And I'm like, there is nothing you can say to justify anything that has come out of your mouth. Nothing. That's just like, the only way you could ever possibly potentially recover from this is if you were like, I said some screwed up things. I thought some screwed up stuff. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. It will not be done again. Now, he'll never do that, obviously, but that's the only way that I can see him, getting out of this situation. Like, even a slight possibility, which that's never going to happen. He's too full of himself, and he's too self-righteous. And that's an issue. Because you can't, and I even say in my video, it's usually the people that scream the loudest that call everybody the insults, the Yahtzees and the PDF files. It's usually the people that go around screaming that the loudest with no proof. Like, I've called people that word with proof. But when you're just going around screaming it with no proof, and you're yelling it and you're screaming it at the top of your lungs with zero proof, it's those people that are usually the ones doing the most behind the scenes.
Yeah, I got called a PDF file today and a groomer.
Yeah, like I have said that to people who are like grown adults who are being weirdos about wanting.
So you want to know when it was over?
What?
Because I was a Gargura fan.
You were what?
Because I'm a Gargura fan from like Hololive.
Gotcha.
And like, but I struck a nerve with Brittany Venti, which I know.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
How'd you piss off Brittany Venti? Isn't she like a bigger creator?
Yeah, I did not expect that, honestly. It was a 3-day-old post. She had posted like a height chart for ages and stuff. And then I was just like, somebody's still mad at us Gargura Chumbuds, which is her fan name. So, and then 4 minutes later, she quote retweeted my post.
Oh, sweet Moses, give me a break.
Yeah.
No, it's like with the whole Vosh situation, with the whole lollipop situation. I'm not going to actually say what it is, even though I'm sure I've said it in a video. But with the whole lollipop situation of his, do I think it's okay? Not really. But would I ever call him? Because I even said I don't think, because I think Tipster has had lollipop on his computer as well. According to what I've heard from Keemstar, which is Keemstar, you can take what he says with a grain of salt, but a lot of times, in regards to this type of thing, like when it has to do with children, As much as I don't like Keemstar, he's usually right on this stuff. Um, but Tipster has had Lollipop on his computer, allegedly, and it's like take the Lollipop stuff out of it. I even stated that I don't think like to the person who was defending Tipster, who tried to attack me. I said I don't think Tipster is a PDF file. I think it's weird. I think it's creepy. I also think it's creepy that he's going around, calling other people goth mommies while flirting with them when he's a married man. And there's no, like, I've seen different people cover the Tipster situation, like Turkey Tom and Sensitive Society and other YouTubers. None of them got, oh, it's just a joke vibes from it. None of them. So,
yeah, I know. It's just like, I don't like it, but you know what? Sometimes I do. Like, yeah, Gargara Lolly VTuber, right? It's like I watch her. She sings. She plays games. It's like whatever. But yeah, it's just like, you know what? I'm like, yeah, I'm not calling people predators over this stuff. And yeah, like Brittany Venti is just like, yeah, it's like I'm like, I think under a reply to your response to me is like, it's like I rightfully called them creepy predators for their talent, and I'm like, what the fudge are you talking about? Like, come on. Yeah. Like, even though I'm like, my account's like not even 500 followers, I race you. It's crazy. Like, what the? It's like, I did not expect a response, but I'm like, well, I appears I struck a nerve. I will say that, so. Mm-hmm.
Could you not hear me throughout that entire time? Was my mic muted the entire time?
Yeah, I thought you may have went to go do something.
I went to go tell my friend something, and I forgot that I didn't unmute my mic. Okay, let's start this all over. Let's start this all over. No, you're fine. Now all my options to my StreamYard has disappeared. What happened to my StreamYard? No, not exit solo layout. I may be needing to restart this because my StreamYard has completely screwed up.
Uh-oh.
Because all the options have left. Like the ability to add people and such, and I'm like, how in the world did that happen?
Okay,
no, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay, I'll be waiting here.
All right, there's everything.
All right.
I fixed it. There's a bearded man here.
Yay.
Hello.
Hello, bearded gentleman. I screwed up my StreamYard. It like all the options disappeared.
You broke it.
So I had to leave StreamYard and come back. I thought I was gonna have to like undo everything, but no, I didn't have to.
Yeah, because StreamYard is good like that. They don't usually like reset your stream thing if you need to like come back in. But
oh no, I like StreamYard a lot. I like it a lot. It looks like all your hair. It looks like all your hair is on your face, Daniel.
It is.
No, Daniel, this is my friend Riot Kitty. Riot Kitty, this is Daniel. Daniel has like a crap ton of subscribers. He has like a crap ton of subscribers, even though he makes like really subpar content. It's better than mine.
Not by much.
No, is your coworker doing okay? I mean, your co-host doing okay?
Talking about Anthony? Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, because you said he had pink eye.
He's just been busy as hell.
Good Lord, you sound super southern.
He's busy as hell. I mean, you can't take that boy nowhere. You take him out.
See, I miss Southern girl now.
I miss the South so much. I'm from Mississippi.
My condolences.
Oh, nice.
I'm from Mississippi. I live in Cincinnati.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I loved Mississippi, but my dad forced us to move to Cincinnati because he had work. He worked for Sara Lee. So, no, I apologize. I got everything mixed up. I was like, wait, why is Daniel not here? What's going on? Did he get busy? And I was completely fine. Like I had Riot Kitty. Riot Kitty was cool, but it's like, did I just get the times completely screwed up?
Yes, you did.
That's fair. I suck with time zones. I apologize. I was just going to be.
When you were in.
I'm Eastern. I'm Cincinnati.
So what time is it? So right now it's 8. So yeah, I asked for you 9 Eastern. You do that.
I completely screwed everything up.
8 p.m. CST, 9 p.m. EST.
My brain got flipped up. ADHD is a bitch. Pardon my French. I don't usually like to cuss. Although I've heard you say a lot worse.
I sense lies.
You've dropped an F-bomb before.
So are we cussing on this show?
You can say whatever. As long as you don't say things that'll get me taken off of YouTube. I don't care. I don't censor people. YouTube censors people.
So basically, I can't say Jack.
I don't censor people. I don't really care. I don't cuss myself. It's a personal thing, even though my depression has gotten to the point where I've been swearing a lot more than I like to, but overall I try not to swear it's a personal thing with me. But
okay. I don't like to swear either.
Other people I don't.
Yeah.
Other people I don't care. I mean,
most of the swearing I do comes when it's needed. Arguably, sometimes it's needed. Like when
Anthony makes fun of you and hurts your feelings.
Well, I like when like my favorite band is Tool, right? And I love when they cuss. It's not very often. There's not actually a lot of cussing in that music, even though the genre is groundbreaking rock type shit, So it's interesting to hear like when they cuss. It's like that was very intentional. Like that word was the best word for that spot. Like. I love hearing things like that when it's not just like the standard. It's like you notice it because it's the exception.
Gotcha. Yeah. Most of my stuff is I use air quotes Christian music of any genre, and the only reason I use air quotes is I hate putting Christian in front of anything because the artist is like, say Skillet, they're a rock band who happens to be Christian, or Flyleaf, they are a rock band that happens to be Christian. That sort of thing. But
I love Flyleaf.
Oh yeah. Lacey Sturm is when she wrote her first single, it was when she was 16. And she had I mean, you can look up her testimony. She was an atheist. She had wanted nothing to do with God, went to a church. She almost got into a car wreck that almost unalived her. And she kept hearing things from people at the church that, nobody should have known about. And so she let someone pray for her, and she's been a devoted Christian ever since. But what's funny is that in the comment section of her song, All Around Me, someone said, it was really fun in high school to tell all my emo atheist friends that their favorite song was about worshiping God. So it's like, and then that's the nice thing about it, though, is like she's not in your face about it. Like nobody, a little bit to know that she was a Christian artist when I was in high school. But as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, I am alone at the altar with you. That makes sense now. That line makes sense. And piecing all those things together. And it's like, it's her story. So whether you're religious or not, she has a lot of non-religious fans that really respect that about her. It's like you don't get that a lot in rock. Like you get a lot of, the usual debauchery type stuff. You don't get a lot of like, I like Loudwire because they're very understanding of respecting the artists that might be more religious, like Alice Cooper and such, and they let them tell their story without ever interrupting them or acting like, this isn't okay to talk about, regardless of whether you're religious or not. I just like when people let people express their beliefs without interruption.
Some of them songs by Flyleaf, man, I love it because that's the beauty of music in general. Is you can kind of interpret it a number of different ways. It doesn't necessarily have to be about what the artist originally intended it to be about.
Oh, exactly. Definitely.
That's part of the reason some bands don't even bother trying to explain what the song's about, because they want people to interpret it for their own. And that's the beauty of it.
Exactly. Like for a lot of people, it took them like years and years and years to figure out that Skillet was Christian, even though it's like, really? Because some of their songs are like flat out blatantly open with it.
Yeah,
they're like talking about heaven and angels and stuff. So
but like John Cooper has one of the best rock voices ever. Like if you ever hear John Cooper speak, he speaks the same way as he sings.
Oh yeah,
his voice is just that gravelly. So that's just what I love about it. So what's going on with your channel, Daniel?
Oh, so are we live like right now?
We are live right now.
I didn't know.
We are.
We've been live for 34 minutes.
Well, what the hell? This doesn't feel like a show at all. What kind of show is this? I'm just
I didn't know we were live.
You didn't see the little live thing on the top left corner?
I see it, but I didn't know if that was just the StreamYard branding or something like that.
No, that's the.
Oh yeah, I see it now. Okay.
That's the we're live.
I had the window zoomed in, so I didn't see.
No, thankfully because StreamYard gave me a free 7-day trial, I actually was able to change the StreamYard duck to my logo, which is just a blob, an animated blobfish I found online, put inside the Mississippi State University logo.
Well, since Riot Kitty is not on screen, why don't you drag her little scene behind the live StreamYard thing so I can see your eyes? It's blocking your half your face off.
I didn't even know I could do that. I'm learning new things.
You can.
I'm learning new things.
Hey, look! Now we can see your whole ass face. Put it back.
Yeah.
Put it back.
Yeah. No, we don't need it. We don't need that. We don't need that.
Oh, you can put it back.
We don't need that. I'm scary enough as it is. No, I love it. I've started.
Them damn eyebrows are all sleek, man.
I've started to get better about it. I've had people make like Rick James jokes and stuff like that, and I'm getting better at trolling people back, because it's like, I have a lazy eye. I cannot control my lazy. Well, technically I can. I can switch my eyes, but it's like I cannot. I will forever. My left eye will always be lazy, and it's like, you're not really bothering me. And then somebody tried to insult me by making references to 2 video games that I've never played before. They tried to insult me by saying I looked like some character from Splatoon, and that I looked like some bad guy from Skyward Sword. I'm like, I know you're trying to insult me, but it like won't work, because I've never played either of those games.
So nobody's been like more original. Like, I see you have your left eye has probably been lazy since you were 2 and your body followed, or nothing like that.
No, nothing. No. They all the like
so
like
your facial hair decided to follow suit. Nothing like that.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have this facial hair if I wasn't having a massive depression spell right now. A lot of personal crap is going on. I don't like facial hair at all. So usually when it's like this, it's because I have not kept up with myself. Like, obviously I've showered and stuff like that, but like my depression has gotten pretty bad lately. So it's like,
yeah, don't worry about the facial hair, but I got enough for both of us.
Yeah, but
top of the head.
I'm excited because I got a front row seat, like directly next to the stage for a Christian rap artist that I really like, and it was like only like 100. Like, it sounds like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really not. It was $154 for a front row seat.
No, that's not bad.
No, it's really not. So I'm really excited about that. And Riot Kitty says she's never heard of Creed.
I'm sorry. I mean, she's probably. You sound young, so yeah, I could honestly understand that. I mean, there's a lot of 80s bands that I've never heard of.
I keep forgetting how old I am. I'm 31.
Yeah, I'm 40. I've heard of Creed. I love Creed. And it's and that's who's playing.
No, not them. They're playing in August. They're playing in August. Gotcha. They're back on tour. I'm tempted to save up a ticket for that too, because they're going to be in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I might save up for that as well. But no.
Take that song when it first came out. We were juvenile boys in high school. We'd make fun of the loose girls, so to speak, and say with legs wide open. And we had a whole pair.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love Scott. I love Scott Stapp because Scott Stapp I've seen recent interviews with him, and like, you know, that comedian, like, he's got a mullet. Scott Vaughn something or something like that, or
Theo Vaughn.
Theo Vaughn had Scott Stapp on.
You were so close.
Oh, I was. I got the Vaughn part right. But Theo had Scott Stapp on, and he asked him, "Do you get upset with people making fun of your voice?" And he's like, "No, I actually really like it." He said that his son was listening to somebody making fun of Scott's voice, singing with arms wide open, and his son was mimicking the exact same voice. He's like, so my son is sitting here listening to somebody make fun of my voice, and he's making fun of my voice of me singing a song that was made about him when he was born. So he loves every bit of it, because he's like, he has a sense of humor. I think once he got control of his bipolar disorder, I think he really became a much better person. I mean, I feel for him. It's like I don't agree with a lot of the stuff Kanye West is doing, but like I understand he has very bad mental issues. So it's like all I can do is pray for him from my angle. I can pray for him because I know that he was a lot happier when he was doing his whole Christian thing, but like he kind of left it. And I'm like, I want him, like, regardless of if you're religious or not, you can see that Kanye was a lot happier when he was doing the Christian music stuff. But now his new album is completely the exact opposite of what it was in regards to the Christianity stuff. So that's just sad. I hope that he finds, even if he doesn't become a Christian again, I hope that he finds something that gets his mind back on track and back going the right direction like he was before. I don't agree with everything that he said, but I also understand he has really bad bipolar disorder and he's still dealing with the loss of his mother. And that's but he's just dealing with a lot, and I get that, and I'm praying for him. It just sucks, but like, what's going on with your channel, Daniel?
Oh, just kind of hanging out. I've been working on the UnframeOfMind show every now and again, but mostly been doing weekly live shows on the Patriot Punkcast, where we discuss local politics that are local to Tennessee and our local area. I don't see any benefit to talking about anything on the national stage. I mean, we'll mention it from time to time, but in general, we're a lot more effective on the local level. And instead of continuously telling people and preaching it, we decided to start practicing it. So
gotcha.
Just to give you an idea, if anybody is interested in checking out kind of what's going on with like our local Putnam County Sheriff's Department, you can go to hashtag PCSO exposed or PCSOexposed.com and kind of see that we put together a documentary that kind of shows like the spider web of corruption that's going on in that local area. And hopefully within a couple years when he's up for re-election, we can knock that dude out of his position and get some proper people in there. But that, that's just kind of one of the many things we've been working on. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was trying to put all your links down below. Your actual website is non-existent.
I am aware. I'm working right now to get that back up. It was just too cost prohibitive, and I'm not making enough money from the show to justify continuing.
No, I got that. I got that. I just didn't know if you knew, or I mean, I'm pretty sure you did. This is my own brain. It's like, does Daniel know his website doesn't work? But
well, I just went ahead and let the subscription run out for what's it called?
Honestly, I kind of want my own website one day once I'm making enough money. So,
well, yeah, I'm moving over to joshwho.com because he's like an independent guy that does all this stuff, and it's all censorship free. It's stuff that he's making sure that there's a location for people to go who don't have to worry about getting kicked off or getting shut down by different various entities. Like you can't go through GoDaddy anymore without being concerned about being shut down if you have the wrong political opinions, like for example.
Yeah.
So that's something that we're transferring over to, and he's got something like for like $100 a year, you can have pretty much unlimited domain names, and hosting and all that good stuff. Like it's ridiculous. It's super cheap. But I'm working on partnering with Chase Matheson, who's my co-host on Patriot Punkcast, to kind of split that cost because we don't need all of that. So if we can both
you have a lot of co-hosts.
Well, I'm on 2 different shows, and both of them come with a co-host. Got
you. So you're just whoring yourself out for everyone, aren't you?
I mean, I gotta keep throwing it out there and see what sticks. You know what I mean? Like,
I got you.
I got one kid left at the house. I'm ready to stretch my wings, man.
Gotcha. Hey, whatever makes you happy.
I'm ready for my hoe phase of my life. You know what I mean?
See, as long as your significant other knows about it, then that's cool.
What she don't know won't kill her,
But for me, it's like I've stated this multiple times in multiple videos. I want a lot of subscribers, but not for the reason that most people want a lot of subscribers. I want to entertain people, and I want I want people to just be able to get their mind off of things, which is why if you look at my channel, it has an identity crisis. It does not know what it wants to be. I just talk about stupid people. I talk about, like, I sent you one of my videos that had to do with, like, the Wi-Fi community, the Rainbow Wi-Fi community. And I'll talk about that, or I'll talk about idiots within defending Black History Month and being super, bigoted and racist towards white people in that sense. And then I'll talk about stupidity happening just in entertainment and stuff. Like, I just like talking about stupid people. Because
you had me on so you could talk about me right to my face.
Pretty much. No, it's so we can talk about Anthony behind his back.
Wait, who's the stupid people on this show? Oh, nobody gonna volunteer? I'll give you that.
But no, it's so we can talk about Anthony behind his back. But no, for me, I'm tired of people being divisive in regards to their politics. Like, for me, politics became old a long time ago. Hey, Krista.
Well, what'd you say? Not old, but I'd say pointless.
No, not pointless, but it's like
that's my word. That's my word.
Irritating. Maybe is a better term.
I'm saying pointless.
But it's just I'm like on Discord. I made a lot of friends when I used to be on Twitch a lot, and they don't necessarily. We never talk politics, but you can usually enter a server and realize that they might not share the same political views as you, even though you never talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, they might have it set up for certain things that you wouldn't have in your server. I will still, I will respect their space because they're nice people, and I'll never barge. I treat everyone's Discord server like it's their house. I won't barge in and be rude and give my opinions where they're not needed. And plus, it's usually just a music server or a video game server anyway. So how they set it up doesn't really matter to me. And I'll be respectful of people, even if I may disagree with them. It's that sort of thing. So as long as they're not like extremists, I don't give a crap who they are. I just don't. It's for me. It's for me. I call out idiots no matter what side it's on. It's why I like to focus more on like the entertainment industry or the video game industry, because everybody's sick and tired of them. Nobody likes them. So you can get away with saying a lot more dumb things about the entertainment industry and how stupid they are. I like how when you, even on your stream, you still have your little flashy background, Daniel. You had to be better than all of us, don't you?
I turned on my camera. I set this up a long time ago.
It's very fancy. I like it.
It is. It matches.
I built it a long time ago.
Dude, once I get monetized, I'm definitely gonna like pay the freaking subscription for StreamYards and make it all fancy.
What I'm using is through OBS. I built it through OBS, and then I'm just using Virtual Cam to present it.
Well, I would make this fancy. I just need to learn how to, because I have that 7 days, that 7 day subscription. So I have that.
Yeah, I've got this set up right here where I can have both me and Anthony on the same time, stuff like that. So
you can have two idiots on the same screen.
Yeah, so I can click through different things, and I did all the stuff for Patriot Punkcast too. I produced that show while we're going live.
Yeah,
it looks pretty good. People are happy with it.
No, it really does. Like, the reason, I'm getting my first ever credit card soon, just so I can like start building up credit. And I'm only going to use it for small things. I'm not going to like go and charge it. I have like a $300 limit to it because I'm with Huntington Bank and it's their secure credit card. So I put a maximum limit of $300 on it, but I'm not going to blow it. I'm not going to blow it.
At the risk, I do like. I know,
that's fine. That's probably smart. Yeah, like spending your money wisely, stuff like that.
Yeah. But like that's all I'm going to do. But I'm going to like use it for StreamYard, because I can pay that off in installments and use it for StreamYard. But that's just like
kind of what's the word when you're schizophrenic on the topics here. But I wanted to just address something you said a little while ago, or
sure.
build on that in terms of reasons for doing things. And the reason, basically what I was going to say is we were focused on doing a lot of the anytime a big major story came out, UnframeOfMind, we'd cover it. We talked about a number of different things.
Gotcha.
But about I don't know if you heard this story about my epiphany I had right around the time of the Kenosha school shooting.
No, not sure I did.
Well, I'll keep it brief if you don't mind allowing me a couple minutes.
Take your time.
So I'm driving to work with a guy the morning after the Kenosha shooting, and he's like, "Hey, did you hear about what happened down in Kenosha?" And I was like, "No, I didn't," because I've been busy. I hadn't looked at the news. And he started telling me about it, and he's probably about halfway through explaining what happened, and I realized I was just kind of zoning out, and I was just realizing I had this very alarming thought in my head that screamed, "I don't give a shit. I don't care." And that voice in my head was like I really focused on that for the rest of the day, rest of the week even, and I started wondering, like, what in the world was that? Like, why? It felt so wrong. It felt like I was like a heartless, insensitive prick that I didn't care about these defenseless kids that got gunned down in a public. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's so crazy. And I started wondering about why I had that thought and being really honest with myself about why I was going down that road. Why was that what came to mind, and why was that it was like a magnifying glass was held to this idea, this thought. And I'm like, and I started really, really thinking about it. And what I came up with was this. It's like, I can watch the news all day long, and I can try to have an opinion about what happens to people all the time. And I can try to concern myself with the problems of 8 billion people in the world. But at some point, I'm only one person. I can only do so much. I can only have so much impact. And really, what benefit is it if I have an opinion? Why do I feel like I need to have an opinion on something that happened thousands of miles away in a state that I'll never go to? I'll never meet these kids. I never would have met them. I won't meet their families. Like the likelihood of me interacting with any of the players involved in this particular scenario is slim to none, basically zero. And I'm like, so what would be more effective? It's not unreasonable to say that we cannot be responsible for the problems of 8 billion people in the world, right? You with me so far? So it's like, what can I be worried about? Well, I can be worried about myself first, obviously. That's kind of the, goal number one. If you're not good, if you're not healthy, you can't help nobody else. So you start with you, and then you worry about your family. You start building these eccentric rings of community around you, and you work out from there. And at the point, and at the point where you feel like you got the family thing down, everything's going good. You get your everything's fine. There's no drama. Like, maybe then you can start worrying about your local community. And they're like, well, okay, so there's a lot of problems in your local community that you don't know about because everybody's spending so much mental energy worried about some people that they'll never freaking meet ever. No bearing on your life. So it's like, how can I have the most impact? Well, I determined the farther away something is from me, whether it's physically or mentally or whatever, the less I concern myself with being concerned about it. So it's like I can worry about what I can worry about. I can change what I can change, and I can have control over or have influence over only so much. And focus on that has been really the main reason why I've changed my entire like the topics I choose to cover and the things I choose to talk about tend to be more based in those ideas. And it's really taken a hell of a lot of mental stress off me. I don't feel nearly as concerned, stressed, worried. The anxiety, like all that stuff's just gone. Like, I don't worry about it.
Well, it's like this for me. I worry a lot because I have a lot of empathy for things, but it's like, for me, from my perspective, all I can really do as somebody who is a Christian, I'm kind of struggling with my Christianity, but that's the story for a different day. But somebody who is a Christian who hears the stuff, all I can really do is pray about it. I can cover it, I can give my opinion on it, but at the end of the day, where I feel sympathy and empathy for these people, and I really truly do. Here's the way that I see it. You saying you don't care, I don't think you meant you don't care that those kids were harmed, because I don't think you're that type of person. But you get so desensitized to the media and to the news that it's to the point where you hear it day in and day out, that you're just like, I don't care. I don't want to hear this anymore. And I understand where you're coming from with that. You had this epiphany to where you changed your entire outlook, but I don't think you were saying you didn't care about the kids, because you'd have to. I wouldn't be friends with you if I thought that was the thing. I'd be like,
yeah.
Well,
I knew it. Yeah, I knew it wasn't that. I just didn't know why I was having a thought. It was just so alarming.
Yeah,
it was so alarming.
Yeah,
like, to hear somebody.
Well,
say
it's because we've become desensitized. That's the thing. We hear this on the media all the time.
Well, that's not it. That's not
okay.
it.
It's not okay. That's fair.
I thought that too. I thought maybe it just happens so much that I'm desensitized to it. Maybe I just don't care. And that was us. I seriously gave some consideration to that, but that wasn't it either. It was just more like getting in alignment with what I can actually have influence over. Hey, I just noticed our friend Puddin's joined the chat in your YouTube there. She must have seen my post on the Facebook live.
You've got a friend named Puddin?
Puddin, yes, ma'am.
Did you just assume my gender? Did you misgender me, sir?
No, yes.
It's because of my big massive titties, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, they're getting they're getting smaller. They're more fun size now than they were used to be.
But no, I understand it.
Go ahead.
I understand exactly where you're coming from, because, like, for me, it's I would at least hope I wouldn't have the I don't care. And I'm not judging you, but I'm just saying for me, I would hope that I would never say I don't care. But I can understand where people would come from, because it's like they're getting so bombarded with it. The news never showcases anything positive. Nothing.
I think if it wasn't such an alarming thought, I wouldn't have given it that consideration. Like, I needed to hear the glass break in my mind to snap myself to attention, right?
Definitely.
I'd be curious. So we barely heard from Miss Riot Kitty over here. Like, what were your what did you think when you heard that story? Like, does it resonate with you, or like, where are you at on this?
I feel like I guess like the stories of like massacres, just like terrible things happening. That
just in general, the idea of changing focus on what you can actually have control over in your life.
Well, yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, I'm one of those people who kind of goes with the flow. You know, it's like I do what I can, and obviously, like, I can't do anything about this stuff overseas at all. Like, that's not in my power.
Yeah.
But I still can offer prayer and stuff like that for people suffering, going through a hard time. But it's just like, I'm like, I feel like I drive myself crazy with all the things I can't control. I already sometimes drive myself crazy with the things I can't control, more closer to home. So it's like, I'd probably go completely nuts if I expanded that to the whole world.
I imagine for women it's a lot harder, because women tend to be a lot more empathetic.
Indeed.
And they want to help. They feel that, and I can imagine how much, because for me, I'm very not problematic, systematic. What's the word?
Man.
You are problematic sometimes too, but that's story for different.
Starts with a P. I forgot what the word was. Anyway, I'm a lot more logical in this stuff, so that I don't get the emotions tied to it as much. But I can just
you're fat with a PH.
Yeah, so I just imagine what it's like for you from that perspective, sitting there, seeing all this stuff going on and going, I feel for these people, but I've gone out of my way to make sure that I don't actually have an opinion on the whole Israel Gaza like whatever. I don't have an opinion.
I have my personal beliefs, but what I've stated in public is, I want the innocent people of both sides, just the innocent people, to be safe. That's it. And on TikTok, I was seen as this horrible person for just wishing peace on both sides.
Yeah, nobody's safe.
That's why I'm glad I'm off TikTok. But even then,
nobody's safe on TikTok.
No, they're not. I got one account removed for adult content. I had a bunch of people false report me, and the videos that were reported for adult content had no visuals to them except for texts, and it was just a text of me saying something like "Jesus loves you," and somehow that's
copyright black screen. I don't know.
And then it's like,
appeal it.
Yeah, I did, and TikTok was like, "Nope." Meanwhile, TikTok showcased an African woman with her milk jugs hanging out. Yeah, her hooters out, and on my For You page on TikTok that same day, I reported it. They said, "No, this is acceptable." So me saying,
have a baby to it?
Nope. They were just out there for the world to see. And I'm not trying to culture shame, but I had a friend on TikTok who was from Africa who would not ever do that on TikTok. So culture or not, it's like, no, she had nothing attached to it. She was just topless.
TikTok's
I'm just like,
not reality anyway.
It's not. It really is not. I left it, and I'm glad. But it's like I'm focusing more on my YouTube page. Thankfully, I've been on TikTok enough so where I am able to edit short form videos. Mm-hmm. So I can get more traction to my YouTube page. I'm at 925 right now, sub count, which I'm pretty happy with.
Well,
yeah, I mean, it's a big deal for me. I've been at this for 8 years, and it's a big deal for me. So, but it's like, I want to figure out how to entertain people. I want to figure out how to keep, my thoughts, in check for like when I do interview people, because I suck at streaming and I suck at interviewing people. My ADHD
there's only one way to get better at it, and it's repetition. You just got to keep
keep doing it. Well,
go back and look at some of my earlier.
Just do like bullet points or whatever.
Yeah,
some of my earlier.
That's what I do for videos.
Yeah.
If you go back to my very first videos, it's so funny how bad they are. And just continuously improve.
My first video was like a PowerPoint slideshow, and I wasn't talking at all.
Oh yeah, well, no, my videos have gotten better. Like, trust me.
I was talking, but yeah.
Wait,
you're telling me this is the improved version? What the hell?
Yes, it is. You get the improved game. It's all just. I've gone from.
I can't even imagine what the previous versions were.
Yeah, but no. In all seriousness, I am happy and proud of where my video editing has come from, because I do everything on my phone. Like even when my computer was working, I tried editing on my computer, and I could not find a software that I felt comfortable with.
Well, I will tell you one thing in general that I've found is the live streaming audience doesn't really care about as much about how the sausage is made. So,
yes.
I mean, we could talk about this if you want to, but it's not. It doesn't make for very compelling.
Yeah, we're phone buddies. I use iMovie for my editing.
Oh, you're a dirty stinking Apple user.
Yep, I am an Apple user.
I'm so sorry you have to suffer through that.
Well, no, it's good. It's good for video editing. I swear.
Android's the way, man.
It is. Android is literally a computer in your pocket. Samsung makes the Apple parts.
Yeah, I've got the S22, 23. I
have the S22.
It's awesome. I use it for
it is good.
I don't know when I get an actual job that doesn't pay me like $400 every 2 weeks, and maybe I'll get a Samsung. But
Jesus, man, that's
we're an Apple family over here. So.
Well, I mean, Apple's more expensive than Samsung is the thing.
Are either of you I don't know how old you are, right? I don't know anything about you, but just in general, like my kids just started moving out into the world.
I'm in my 20s.
In your 20s. Okay. Have you moved out of your parents' house yet? Or is that something?
No, I am not.
And what's keeping you there? I got some ideas, but what's keeping you there right now?
Well, I'm in school right now, so.
Well, school will do it. So my kids.
So started, I'm graduating in the spring, actually. So.
Oh, congratulations!
Good on you.
Emotion. My kids are getting ready. They're moving out currently. I've got 2 of them. 3. Anyway, they're starting to run into the world where rents are stupid high. Like my son pays for his half of his 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom apartment is $1,000. I've never paid that much for any place I've lived ever, and his half of the rent.
Oh, my dad spends $1,000 for rent on his apartment.
Heck, that's ridiculous. No, his half of it. So it's $2,000 a month for the whole.
Oh God, 2,000.
Yeah, he shares it with a roommate. That's his half.
Christian in the chat's a fellow Apple owner. Yay.
But no, like, I love
it. I've lost so much respect for you now. Like, we used to be besties, but now we're just regular old best friends now. Yeah.
But no,
get a proper phone, and maybe we can be friends once more.
I live with my mom because I'm broke, and also everything's just super stinking expensive.
Yeah.
I work at a gas station, and so I get paid $400 every 2 weeks. So
that sucks.
Every 2 weeks. Well, you're also in school too, so I guess that's.
Well, yeah. So I'm like working part-time, so it's like it's not like I'm working. I work probably, I guess maybe 24, 30 hours a week. So
yeah,
that kind of a thing. So it's
nothing.
like
that's still basically nothing.
Yeah, if I were you, I'd look at like working at a grocery store or something like that, because they will pay you a lot more.
I already tried that. I hated it.
That's fair. That's fair.
I hated it. Like the grocery stores around here, it's like I was a bagger, so I couldn't get the position I wanted there. So like I wanted to work at like the bakery maybe, but the bagging is super stressful.
Trust me, that was one of my first jobs. I was a bagger at Kroger.
Like during like freaking like the way like the system worked there is like you probably get like a 15-minute break and like 6 hours. So it's like
exactly.
Yeah, so it's like I think I probably like, and I was in high school at the time, so it's like I think I have to say I nearly had a mental breakdown.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That really does.
Like, and then also like in the summer time, it's like this was when 2020 was rolling around. It's like we were required to wear masks, so we had to dress pants, long sleeve shirts, and then so it's like I swear I almost fainted probably about twice because it was that hot out. So it's like it's up in a way where registers are right near the front doors, so it's like you could feel the hot air coming in. So it's like it was bad. I'm like, I'm not working here anymore. I'm not working at a grocery store anymore. I like my gas station job. It's all right for where I'm at right now.
You guys are gonna trip out when you hear how much I pay a month for my 4-bedroom, 2-bath. If you want to take a guess, how much you think I pay?
$8,000
a month.
3,000.
No, it's 600.
Oh, 600 a month. Oh.
600 a month is what I pay for my mortgage.
Nice.
It's ridiculous. I hate you so much. But I got in like right as it started to get bad.
Yeah.
I got a pretty cheap.
Sounds about right.
The guy was motivated to sell. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I pay $600 a month for my place, and it's still even hard for me to like keep going. Like I don't know how people are doing. I feel so bad for my kids right now. Like I don't know how in the hell you're supposed to work on one income. Like you almost have to be married or roommate or something. You cannot just go out and live on your own.
Or like do like a side hustle or something.
Yeah. You got to work multiple jobs. It's like,
I'm hoping like sometime like, when I get more consistent, whatever, that, YouTube can be my side hustle, right? Like, it doesn't have to like, pay all the bills, right? But, like some of them even would.
Well, it used to be that multiple streams of income was like the suggestion for how you get wealthy, but now it's become like the only way to survive now. Like,
it's crazy. I gotta admit.
Or like right now, like when people ask me what I do, I'm like, well, I flip couches, I refinish furniture, I do home remodeling, I do graphic design, I write articles, I do home remodel. Like I do a little bit of everything just to keep me flexible. But like I couldn't live on just one of any of those. It's not sustainable right now.
I mean, you got like I guess like not putting your eggs in one basket, right? Like, it's like,
well, that's what makes me kind of
I'm trying to get a real job right now. It's kind of hard.
What's that mean to you? What's that mean, a real job?
Well, I guess a livable job, I suppose, right? So not
One
like
with
part-time.
like adult benefits and all that stuff.
Yeah, full-time insurance, that kind of a thing, you know.
Yeah.
Be self-sufficient, I guess. I mean, it's like
Right
I like
now,
my job,
I
but
can't
it's
tell
like,
you how excited you sound to get started in real life.
Oh yeah, it's fun though.
Like
I'm in that
the
transitional phase of like, yeah, I gotta go out in the adult world now. Yay!
Yeah, I'm totally like feeling that energy. Like you're super excited to start in the real world.
Oh, I don't know anyone who gets excited. It's like,
Does
yeah,
any of
adulthood,
it
taxes, bills, and
yeah. Does any of it have to do with like the fact that the climate change people are saying like the world's going to end in like 5 years? I mean, I can only imagine.
Didn't they say it was going to end in 5 years, like 5 years ago?
No, it was 12 years. It was 12 years.
That's
they've been saying that since like the 2000s. It's
yeah, pretty much.
Before like the 70s. It's been probably before that, but I remember when I was younger, they were still saying it, even in the early 90s. Yeah. Mm-hmm. it's been this constant like drumbeat of like the world's gonna end, guys. The world.
I know climate change is happening, but it's like I don't think there's going to be like a heat death in space anytime soon.
What makes no sense to me is like these protesters like stop oil. They are doing so much more damage to the environment than the people that they are protesting against, because what they're doing is they're standing in front of cars that are running their engines, thus causing a ginormous carbon footprint to exist in that area. They're idiots. And what's extra funny is
they're not idiots. They have good hearts. I know this.
Well,
they're not. They're still young and naive. I wouldn't say they're idiots. They just don't think. And I've noticed it's from the younger generation. And it's okay, not the younger generation. It's from the young people. And there's a reason I'm going somewhere with this. There's a reason why, and you gotta have a little bit of empathy for this, because when you're young like that, when you're in your early 20s, your prefrontal cortex is not fully developed. You literally do not have the ability to think down the tunnel of time and try to like play out those consequences in your mind. Like they are acting on emotion and good, like they want a better world. They're being told it's going to end and this is the problem, and they're very one-dimensional in their thinking at this current point in their life. That's why you see a lot of people start to transition into more like conservative viewpoints as they get older, because their brain is literally finished forming mid to late 20s. It's for men especially.
Do you remember the movie Babe?
Yes.
The pig movie?
I remember of it, but I it's been so long since I watched it.
Well, I can at least call this person an idiot. The dude who played the farmer in Babe is a super radical vegan to the point where he glued his hand to a Starbucks table.
Oh, okay. Why?
And he got arrested for it.
That's hilarious.
That has to hurt getting it off the table.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How do you think they handle that when somebody does that? They glue themselves to the airport runway.
I don't know. Like, I mean, like I've heard like chain yourself to a tree before, but come on, like gluing your hand, like what?
It's so permanent.
Yeah,
it's so detrimental to your hand.
I'm a big fan of letting people suffer the consequences of their actions. Honestly,
well, yeah. I mean, if they're doing something dumb, play dumb games, win dumb prizes, right?
Yeah, but if you glue yourself to the runway, I mean, if a plane happens to run you over, I mean, or if it costs the airport.
Well, here's the thing. First off, Puddin, Christina says acetone, it wouldn't really hurt that bad. For me, if I was in that position, because I work restaurants, and if somebody were to come into the resort where I work and do that, I'd be like, I don't get paid enough. I'm calling security. You're going to be taken out of. You're going to have your hand ripped off the table, and you're going to be escorted out because we don't get paid enough for this. I'm a busser. I clean tables for my job.
Yeah.
I don't get like.
Yeah, yes, bro, those baristas at Starbucks don't get paid enough for this. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, definitely. But like I'm very happy with my paycheck. Like I make $13.50 an hour, but still, even that $13.50 an hour is like not enough for me to deal with this. $100 an hour wouldn't be enough for me to deal with this. I'm sorry, you're just a lunatic at that point.
Yeah, I feel bad for him because they're kind of driving on their own momentum of their ideology that they're being fed, and it's
I remember there was like this freaking like.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I don't blame them as much. I know it's funny to make memes about them online. It's it's funny to like look how stupid they are. Ha ha ha. They're still young. They're still young.
Well, and also taking the meme aspect out of it, just looking at it from a serious point right now. I do have some empathy because here's the thing. The owner of Stop Oil apparently owns like several private jets and is like in oil herself. If I remember correctly, I think Amala Ekanobi, who used to be with PragerU, spoke about that, and so did Brett Cooper. Yeah. And I'm like,
pointing out hypocrisy solved problems. We would not have any problems left to solve.
Exactly, pretty much. But hey, at least more and more people are waking up to the stupidity. Like I always say, I don't care what your politics are. I don't care if you're left wing. I don't care if you're right wing. But if you legitimately at this point in time think Joe Biden is a good president, I have some serious questions to ask you.
Hey, I don't know if you're probably old enough to remember this back when American Idol was brand new and whatnot.
I'm 31, so yes.
I remember.
Right. No, I remember this thought very vividly. I remember thinking, oh my God, with all this crap going on in the world, I wish more people would stop watching the stupid American Idol and pay attention to what's going on around them.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of to the point where I'm like, oh my God, you guys, please stop meddling. Go back to watching American Idol, please.
Exactly. Pretty much. It's like I'm at least glad people are waking up. Like, I don't like Cardi B at all, but even she's like, don't ask me. I'm not endorsing any more presidents. Joe Biden is stupid as hell. And, these people that endorsed him are like, no more. They're not conservative Republicans. I don't expect everybody to be. But it's like, if you legitimately think Biden's doing a good job, I worry about your mental state.
Yeah, it's worse than that even though, but it's because I know you said you're glad so many people are waking up, but I think it's come at a cost to the point where the pendulum swung so far in the other direction.
Yeah, pretty much, yes.
Awake that now everything is a conspiracy theory, and it's like, oh my God, you're even up to and including the point where they're questioning the shape of the planet. Like, you guys have got to like rein it back a little bit. Like this, I mean, yes, I know you've been lied to. I know you've been hurt, buddy. I know this, but that doesn't mean that everything you hear, that everything's a lie, everything's inaccurate. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean you can't trust anybody ever. Like, holy crap! Like, this is
definitely
direction that now I'm looking at right-wing accounts going, y'all done lost the plot. Y'all too awake now. You're way too awake.
But it's just like, maybe it's like close your eyes a little bit.
Yeah. Just squint them a little bit. You're glaring full-eyed into the sun. You're gonna ruin something. Stop it.
It's why I like YouTubers like Razor Fist, because Razor Fist keeps it about as honest as humanly possible, where he calls out the stupidity on both sides. And he seems to just be grounded in reality.
Well, even that framing right there. And I've noticed you said it many times. Both sides is already a false dichotomy, and it's like it's something that I think once we break out of, we stop acting like it's just a two-sided issue. It's not.
Oh, I don't think it's. In reality, I don't think it's a two-sided issue. I do try to look at nuance, because the reason I say both sides is because America has been given this dichotomy of Democrat, Republican, that sort of thing. That's why I say it. I'm changing my voting status to independent soon, because
I know that you didn't. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah. I know that you don't feel that way, but I know that the language is still very much a part of our lexicon, and I think
definitely
break free from that. I think that's when you'll start to see a little bit more of a shift in a proper direction, whatever that means. There was a point I was trying to make, and it's gone. It's completely gone.
I never registered as like a Democrat or Republican. I'm just like, I'll just vote for whoever I think is best. Hey.
Yeah. Well, I don't vote, period. I find it to be immoral. I don't vote. I don't participate.
Well, I registered as a Republican when I was, when I first got my license, and I never figured out how to change it.
Yeah.
So that's why I've been a Republican.
I never figured out how to register for any of the.
Well, thank God I had my dad to help me out with that. This was because he passed away when I was 18. So when I got my life, when I was starting all this out, he helped me register and everything. I think I did register. I think all they do is ask you how do you want to register at the BMV, and then you tell them and they register you as that. If I'm remembering correctly.
Not me. I don't know.
I forget.
I don't know. I've never been asked that question.
So what are your guys's so outside of all your YouTube stuff, like I know you're like busy and such, but like do you guys take time to like play video games or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yep, I play a little bit of Fortnite occasionally. Right now I'm doing like Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I'm trying to beat Hollow Knight. I'm really close. Maybe I'll beat it by the time Silk Song comes out.
I really wish
it takes as long to beat the game as it is to be developed. But
I pointed this out to Gabe the other day, and because he asked me about this, and I was like, well, I can only play one video game at a time because it became such a problem, such an addiction back when I was in my early 20s that I did not get anything done. And there was a point where I was like, there was a point in my life when I went to work the following day after I had just like finally achieved obtaining this really cool dagger for my character on a MMO called Perfect World. I finally got those daggers I've been after for months, and I went to work and I was telling people about it because I was super high on, like, I was so excited. Nobody could give a shit more less. I was like, holy shit! Like I just glassed eye. Like, they were just looking at me like, oh, that's.
I don't really play MMOs anymore because it's just like, your contact's gone. If it plugged off.
I had this weird like thought in my head. I'm like, this is not what I want on my gravestone. I don't want, here lies Daniel Wagner. He got those really cool daggers that one time on a game that nobody even remembers.
Yeah.
So at that point forward, I was like, I got to put limitations. So I only play one video game at a time until I'm tired of it, and then I go on to another one. So
I'm like ADHD, so I like have like multiple games, and I play a little.
Same. That's exactly what I do. That's exactly what I do. But also, I'm glad.
Focus, but
also, I'm glad that I keep like online circles of people that I can talk to about different things. That way, I'm not boring the people in my personal life with this stuff. I can tell people who are also interested in the stuff that I'm playing. This online.
First thing, I didn't know Puddin played video games. That's interesting. Learn that she beats people up on Call of Duty. Very cool. I suck at any of those first-person shooter games, but
I also suck at first-person shooters.
Secondly,
I can't handle it. I'm like I can't tell what's going on at all. So it's like. I even tried Apex Legends with my brother, and I got roasted by 13-year-olds. I'm like,
Secondly, I want to say, Gabe, that was a really sad thing I just heard you say, and I don't know that you've noticed. Like you say, I have these people I can talk to, so that I don't bore the people around me with the things.
No, I have my online friends that I can talk to about video games and stuff.
Yeah,
like that stuff, and I have my friends that I talk to about, more important stuff, like what's going on with them, what's going on with their life, what are they doing? Because I have four friends in my life, and
you count on your hand like a girl. At least that's what TikTok told me.
I have 4 hands.
TikTok said guys start with the thumb usually. Apparently,
This is my thumb. It's a pretty thumb.
Your thumb's.
I can use it to shove. I can shove my thumb right up your.
Don't threaten me with a good
time. No, but in all seriousness, it's like
that thumb looks like both sides of the walls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like what I meant by that is like
I could clench down on that thing and I wouldn't let it go. Is all I'm saying.
Shoot, even adopted 21-year-old player. He's my son now.
Nice.
How like Puddin does not have to tell me, but how old is Puddin? Is she older than me or younger than me?
Like 70. I can't remember exactly. She's gonna beat my ass. She's definitely not in her 70s.
I was like, wait, she's 70? Okay.
She's 70 and she's kicking people's tail in Call of Duty.
Imagine getting your ass whooped.
Call of Duty grandma. We had Skyrim grandma, now we got Call of Duty grandma.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But no, I keep all of my video game and political conversations to, online stuff, unless my friends also play video games, then I will talk to them about that. But I'm getting better because of my ADHD, I'm getting better at gauging what people want to talk about and what they don't want to talk about. And a lot of my friends don't. a lot of my friends do not play video games.
Yeah, I'm 40 and I have a grandchild.
You're a grandpa?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
My oldest wasn't mine biologically.
That's fair.
And she had a child. So
did you hear that South Park predicted a video game?
I don't care about that stuff.
No, I just found this fun. I found this funny.
I know. They say the Simpsons predicted in the South Park.
No,
I don't.
No, like this was a legitimate thing. Like, this is one of the few times where I actually did care about it.
Oh, that one.
Apparently back like 10, 15 years ago, they made a joke about like World of Warcraft, and one of the characters said, "Oh, I'm playing video games, but I'm only playing like Hello Kitty Adventure." They specifically said Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is now a video game 15 years later.
Okay. Do you think somebody maybe watched that episode on reruns?
Probably.
Oh,
probably.
I'm gonna make that. Not unreasonable, man. I get ideas for shows all the time, and I'm like, oh, I could create. Yeah. I'll hear a podcast, I'll describe something, and I'll be like, I'll go create that meme because that's funny.
Yeah. See, I don't buy into the whole they predicted it. I just laugh at it. I laugh at it because you
just said you thought that was legit.
I will find you and sit on.
What do you mean?
I will find you and I will sit on your face.
Homie, you'll have to catch me first if you want to threaten me with that.
Hey, in a horror movie, you don't have to be faster than everybody else. You just have to be faster than the person behind you.
Promise me while you're sitting on my face, you use those big old juicy thumbs you got. You know what I'm saying?
But no.
I'm gonna have you break out of your Christian ways before this.
No, in all seriousness, like that whole thing, like I legitimately am struggling because like I've been dealing with a lot like at work and a lot in personal stuff, and I don't want to leave my Christianity. I don't think I am going to, but it's just I'm dealing with a lot right now personally, and so there's stuff like this.
You don't want to talk to an atheist about that. I'll try to.
No.
You the wrong way.
No. Well, no. I've spoken to atheists about that. They're not going to steer me out of this. I think my belief is still too strong to get out of that. So that's not ever going to happen. It's just something that I'm fighting with, but it's something that I'm going to eventually get through. It's a depression thing. It's happened 10 times before, and it'll happen 10 times again. It's just something that I'm dealing with. But I don't think Daniel would ever really try to get me out of something that helps me feel better. I don't think he would.
Are you kidding me? I would talk you out of that in a second. I'm just not that good at it. I'm like, oh, you're feeling worse now? Good. At least you're on the side of reality. Just sit there and wallow in it.
You're not that type of person. I don't, because isn't
God gonna come save you now?
Am I incorrect? Isn't Anthony a Christian, or is he not a Christian?
Believer. We don't really talk about it. He didn't really.
That's fair. That's fair. No, I heard that at one point. Whatever.
Any religious topics on the show, it was usually just me doing it.
That's fair.
I love talking about it. I'll talk about anything, but yeah. Usually it has to do with either religion or anarchism or cryptocurrency or like just funny shit.
Ooh, speaking of which, funny, I found this funny and slightly sacrilegious. I saw something on Twitter that was called Crypto Church, and it was supposed to be a religious Christian cryptocurrency, and they had their own coin called Jesus Coin, and it is a legitimate thing.
Jesus Coin, that's awesome.
Jesus Coin. And I'm like,
they're making an
okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
but no.
Whatever path it takes to get it into mainstream adoption, hey, that's fine with me. I would like to say though, if anybody, I was thinking about this earlier today, and I think honestly, if I can't say I really love my friends and family if I don't at least try to evangelize Bitcoin a little bit. So and because it's like for me, it's like
I feel like it's not reliable.
Well,
I've
like,
seen
it's like this. It's like the Titanic is sinking, which is the US dollar. Bitcoin is the lifeboats. Like, and they may not be perfect. They may be a little shaky, but eventually that ship's going down and you're going to want to be saved. And I want to give people an opportunity to get on the lifeboats while they're still available or while there's space.
Well, it's like I follow YouTubers that kind of like Bitcoin, but also call out like, I follow like CoffeeZilla and Some Ordinary Gamers, and I don't think they necessarily have anything against the concept of Bitcoin, but they've covered so many scam coins that it's like,
yeah, sure.
They're like, don't put your money in there. It's not reliable. Like Logan Paul's got like 5 different Bitcoins out there.
Well, and I'm like, just to finish that thought, I was just saying what I thought about doing was putting on some kind of either a webinar or some kind of a live stream like this here, where I can answer questions for people that are concerned about it. Like I know a lot about it. I feel almost irresponsible to not share that information with the people in my life, because that it's like imperative in my view. Like as much as you might think that people need to come to Jesus, it's fucking imperative. I'm saving your eternal soul. I kind of feel that way when it comes to cryptocurrency. And
the difference between me and you, and this is probably not a good Christian thing to say, I don't proselytize a lot online.
No, I get that, but I'm saying in general as a Christian.
Yeah, no, I got what you're saying. No, I get exactly what you're saying, and make whatever content you want. I'm just saying, for me, like in regards to proselytizing, I'll say like occasionally if the topic requires me to say it, like if I'm talking about a specific thing, and because I want people to understand this is where I'm coming from on this topic. My faith may influence it a little bit, but I'm able to argue stuff. I've learned because I follow a lot of people that don't follow the same religion as I do, and people that are just not religious in general.
Yeah.
Argue these same topics that I talk about whenever I'm talking politically, and I figured out how to argue these things without even ever having to bring up Christianity once, because not everybody's going to believe the same things that you do. And this was back when I debated politics and debated stuff like this, like last month because it was TikTok. But it's like, I didn't have to use my religion at all one time throughout the hundreds of times of me debating on TikTok various political things, because I learned from people who weren't religious who debated these same things, these same topics. It's like, yeah, my reasoning for these things may come from a different place, but the end goal between me and a lot of the other people, like the Blair Whites of the world or the Daniel Wagners of the world, if we're debating on something and we agree on it, our end goal is the same. In our hearts, we may be coming at it from a different angle, but the end goal is the same, and that's all that matters to me at the end of the day.
What's that end goal?
Well, like it's like maybe like if you're talking about like, I don't know, I don't want to bring up any of the controversial topics, but let's just say like if I'm a pro-life person, if I'm talking to somebody or I'm debating that topic, I've learned from other pro-life people who are not religious how to debate these things from being in those circles with these people. And I've learned how not to use my faith as a result. my faith plays a part in it, but there are pro-life atheists that also share the same goal, and that is making sure that babies are safe from our viewpoint. It's that sort of thing. Or like coming at any sort of controversial thing from that perspective. I don't have to bring my religion into things. I can talk about it without doing it. When I first started YouTube, I used to bring my Christianity into everything. Now I'm just like, if it's necessary, I'll talk about it. But a lot of times it's not necessary. And because not everybody, I've learned as I got older, because again, I started this in 2015. As I got older, I figured that, not everybody shares your views. So if you're going to debate something, try not to Bible thump, because it's going to go in one ear and out the other really quickly if you bring Jesus into the equation.
I'm sorry, were you saying something?
Yeah, I was saying you have a beautiful beard.
Yeah, it just went in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, it most certainly did.
You said Jesus, and I just
but you know what I'm talking about though.
Yeah.
I've gotten better at debating these things without bringing up my religion, and I'm very happy with myself because like it means I've matured as a if I'm asked to do a debate on something political, I've matured in a way that makes me not have to constantly be like, well, the Bible says this, or the Bible says that, or this, that, and the third. I can look at other ways that people who are not Christian or not religious have debated this, look at that, and point people into that direction. Or maybe people who might be religious but don't use religion as the catalyst for their argument, and point them in that direction of whatever topic we're talking about. And I can use that because not everyone's going to believe in the same things that you do. Not everyone's going to have that same compass. Like if we're talking about, if I'm debating somebody in regards to, trans kids or something like that, and I disagree with it, I speak to other trans people who are not religious who also disagree with it. I do not have to come at it with, Bible in hand. Well, I use an app, but Bible app in hand, thumping and waving it at people who don't agree with my beliefs. We have completely different religious views. That's not going to be where I'm coming from. It is, what can I learn about in regards to the science of it? What can I learn about it in terms of factually why it's not okay to do this to children? If you're an adult, you can do whatever the heck you want to. I don't care. That's your business. Or something like that. And I don't have to come at it from a religious perspective unless people ask me what my personal reason for this is. If they ask me what my personal reason is, and they don't mind that I'm getting into why I personally feel this way, then I will get into that. If it's not going to, be debate format. But if it's a debate, I just don't bring up my religion. There's no reason to. I've gotten smarter about that.
Yeah.
Are you bald or are you blonde?
Huh?
Are you bald?
It's just I just got my hair cut like yesterday.
That's fair.
He's got a tuft of hair.
He keeps it short. Yeah,
that's fair.
I look good with my little fade over here and everything. I think I'm happy with it.
No, you look good. It's just all your hair is on your face.
Yeah, you should have seen me when I was like in my teens, man. Like,
yeah, I saw a picture of you. You were bald. Huh? Your face was bald.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I didn't have no facial hair, but back then I you know how like Goku has the little hair that comes.
Yeah.
Down? Well, I had like short spiky hair, but I had these bangs that came down. They went all the way down past my chin, and I had them like gelled up, so they were like real thin in front of my eyes. Look pretty. I had a lot of people at school mad at me when I finally cut them off. They're like, "Oh my god, why'd you cut them off?" They were so mad at me.
Oh gosh.
See, I am eventually going to. Before I go on my trip to Indianapolis in April, I'm going to get my hair cut, my hair colored.
Wait, you're going to Indianapolis in April? When?
April 6th through April 7th. That's when the concert is.
Damn.
Why?
I'm going to be out in the area around the 19th, I think, is when the lunar eclipse is coming through.
Gotcha.
I got family in Anderson and in Indianapolis.
Oh,
I was born in Anderson.
That's funny because that's where I'm going.
Anderson or Indianapolis?
Yes, I'm going to Anderson, Indianapolis. That's where the concert is going to be.
Anderson.
So I'm very,
nice.
Anderson, Indiana.
Oh, that's where the concert is?
Yeah, Anderson, Indiana.
Oh, you said Indianapolis.
I didn't mean to. I'm in Indiana. Anderson, Indiana.
Okay.
Well, so I don't know where I can show you the address where the concert hall is going to be once we get off of there, but it's in Anderson. I have no idea where I'm going. I have no idea how I'm going to get, obviously I have a GPS, so I'm not completely clueless, but I'm just I've never been to Indianapolis, the Indianapolis area.
2024, man. All you need is a Bible and a GPS, and you're good. You can get anywhere.
Yeah. My brother, David, well, I shouldn't have said his name, but whatever. Nobody is going to know who I am, and there's only one person watching this, whatever. But my brother,
there's a bunch of Davids, so I mean,
yeah, it's not really gonna matter. Now, if I was to say my last name, which I'm not going to, that would be different. But my brother went to occupational therapy school at Purdue University, and I just learned that that's what IUPUI stood for. Was Indiana Purdue? I never knew that. And so I visited him occasionally in Indianapolis. So I've been to Indiana before, but this will be my first time going to Indiana by myself. I'm leaving the Cincinnati area and going straight towards in Anderson, and according to my GPS, it's 2 hours and 38 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be a trip. I don't know if it's changed or not yet, but I remember a few years ago, I got so spoiled by the South. I went up there to go to McDonald's off in Mitchell, Indiana. It's where my wife's family's from. And I went to go order a Mickey D sweet tea, and they're like, we can give you some sugar packets. We just got you got to be kidding me.
That is so bad because
that is the only thing I drank every time I went to McDonald's. And I was so mad. I'm like, I cannot move back to the north.
No. Thankfully where I work, because I'm not going to say where I work here, but I can tell you in private, Daniel, I'm sure you've heard of it. But I always just say the resort where I work at, because there are thousands of resorts in America. But the resort where I work at, thankfully, has Louisiana sweet tea. I can't drink it due to my dietary restrictions, but it has it.
I got you.
It has it.
So when I first ran into you, I'd like to hear about how that journey has been for you since. But I remember there was a point where you were trying to find a job, you couldn't even get up, you were so overweight and having trouble with it that you couldn't even work. It was so bad, and I know you've been.
I'm able to work just fine now. My depression has caused me to gain a lot of my weight back. Not nowhere near where I was before at all, but I'm able to work perfectly fine. I'm able to walk. I'm able to bend. I'm able to do stuff like that.
How far down are you from your all-time highs?
I was at 360, and now I think I'm back at 400. But I'm working on losing that weight again. Depression's a witch, and also not having the vitamins I'm supposed to take, because I'm supposed to take something called DHEA, which is supposed to help me, that's this bottle. They're not prescription pills, so I don't mind showing them. And I'm also supposed to take vitamin D3, and then I'm also supposed to take thyroid medication, which I do take. That is what this vial is right here that I have in my hand, this Walmart vial that I'm not showing the address to. But that's supposed to help. And when you don't take it, your body starts to be like, hey, I'm just going to start gaining weight again because I don't produce enough testosterone. I used to get testosterone injections 3 times a year, but that was $3,000 a year.
Yeah. What kind of exercise you been doing?
Well, I was going to Planet Fitness for a while, then I stopped doing that because winter and snow and everything sucks. But I was doing a bunch of stuff at Planet Fitness. There's this little sit down elliptical machine that I love to go on. And I love to sit on. And
my dad loves Planet Fitness.
I don't know why.
Go back out and go to the gym.
I don't know why. obviously, I believe with my eyes what the videos are showing on Planet Fitness. Don't get me wrong. I believe those are all legitimate, horror experiences at Planet Fitness. But like my Planet Fitness, which I need to renew the subscription to, my Planet Fitness is so nice. They do not use that stupid lunk alarm at all. It's there, but they don't use it. And it's such a nice little gym. I like the color scheme. I like the purple and yellow, and it's just so nice. But there's a little sit down elliptical machine that I use, and I can go as hard as I want to on that machine, and not feel injured or hurt or anything like that. I did the Stairmaster for the first time ever a few months ago.
You said you haven't been doing it because of the winter time?
Yeah.
But it's
and also it is, but it's I live in a town, I live in a neighborhood where when it snows, it's like a giant bowl. And also my car does not have a very good heater. So when it gets really cold in Ohio, because you live in Indiana, I live in Ohio, the weather is virtually the exact same. When it gets really cold and my car doesn't have a heater, I am basically driving a giant freezer in my car.
I get it. I get it.
Yes.
Is there anything you can do like at your house to make up for it?
I'm walking around more, but at my job, like I'm a busser at my job, and I work that job 3 days a week. I'm trying to get more work, but that's what it is for right now. And I'm still grateful for my job.
Well, I'm just glad to hear that in general you're moving in a positive direction.
Yes. All of my work at my job site is walking. I am a busser. I have a cart. Fill it with dishes. Walk around the restaurant for 5 hours at a time.
That's good.
Yeah. So
you're moving in a positive direction, but
yeah, I am, and I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah, I do remember you posting like weight loss stuff. It's like how you were struggling with finding a job. My
job
weight and like walking even. But now, like, you have come a long way, Gabe. I know you're bounced back. So,
but I am. For me, I am working on getting better. I've been eating. Sorry, this is a very emotional topic for me. I have been eating more sausage and bacon. I've been eating more vegetables. And like when I had the virus that I don't know if I can name on this website, because I'm streaming on two separate sites. I'm streaming on Twitch and I'm streaming on YouTube. But
the big C,
the beer virus.
Virus.
Yeah, that one. I had it again about 3 weeks ago, and that caused me to eat a lot more, and caused me to just lose my entire, everything that I was doing, and I have with depression comes binge eating, and so I just never stopped that. So I'm trying to get back into doing it again. And I'm not trying. Daniel and I have our own differences, religious wise, but like my faith, my Christianity is one of the things that has helped me to stay on that path. So it is very important to me, and it's something that I'm fighting for because it is one of those things that has triggered me mentally to stay on that right path. So I'm getting back into everything,
as an outsider looking in, I think I would take you a lot more seriously if you did continue to improve and you cited that as your reason for improving. Versus, it would just look to me like you're modeling the behavior you want the rest of the world to benefit from, right? Does that make sense?
What do you mean?
Well, like say like if I want to tell people how they should raise their kids, for example, I would hope that I would raise my kids right first and show them how it's done and model that behavior, right? Just as an example.
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm also being open and honest with my mental state as well, because I don't think enough people talk about, especially men's mental health.
Somebody's sabotaging you bad.
What?
I said I have a sense somebody is sabotaging you bad.
What do you mean?
If I'm living with you and I know you're struggling with this, and this is something that's very near and dear to your heart, and you're really trying, I'm going to be there I'm going to push you hard. Like, I'm going to make sure that I'm there for you, making sure you're staying on it.
My mom's doing everything she can.
Well, I'm not necessarily saying your mom. I'm just saying there's, like, there's no way in hell I'd let you sit around through the winter and just use that as an excuse. There's no way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
100%. No, we'll go out and do something. I'll call a friend. I'll get a ride over to the gym for you. Like, we'll find you a warm car. We'll call you an Uber. We'll get a bus. I don't care. We'll figure it out. We'll make that happen. Like, and I get a sense that nobody's in your corner that much to care, missing that element. And I've noticed it a few times. And I'm just trying to tell you what my perspective.
And I get that. And I have my best friend is awesome, and she really is truly my best friend. But she's somebody who's a single mom who's dealing with her own stuff right now.
Sure.
But she definitely is there for me. It's just right now I'm working out my own demons right now, and I'm trying not to push my stuff onto her because she is a single mother, and I don't want to do that to her. So she would be that person to do all that stuff, but she's got her children that she has.
Did she ask you not to put that on her?
No, I'm the one who's not doing it.
Yeah,
I'm the one who's trying.
I would almost guarantee if she's as good a person, what you're saying is she'd be she'd be very upset to find out that you were. Because but then when you need somebody, you're like, nah, I don't want to.
When I brought her donuts to her salon, she's the chick who did my hair last time. I don't know if you remember seeing my hair when it was colored, but she was the one who did my hair last time.
Hair of color. Come on.
Yes. Colored hair. Get it right.
Hair of color.
You're talking to a colored person here, dude. No, it's colored hair.
You're a person of color with hair of color.
But no, I will never say one ill word about her. She's an awesome person. I know that the way that my brain works is I've seen her going through a lot of crap, like right now, like just a lot of really personal stuff that I don't want to put one more freaking thing on her. And she's asked me. I'm never going to say she hasn't asked me. But for me to see the stuff that she's going through and the stuff that she's dealing with and the stuff that she's fighting herself, I don't want to put one more thing on her because I would feel like a terrible person if I did that.
That's not up to you to tell her what she can handle and can't handle. Like, let her be the one to tell you that. Hell, you sharing what's going on with your life might be just the thing to help break her out of the routine that she's in. Like, she might be thankful for the break in thinking about her own problems. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can focus on helping you. I give her the power to make that choice. And I really feel like if you have people in your life that want to help you, let them help you.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just trying. I'm not used to having decent friends in my life. I
can tell. That's why I say it.
Every friend that I've had before I met her, which it's actually been a year since I met her. Before I met her a year ago, we met through a mutual friend of ours. That's no longer my friend anymore. I don't know what that's about. She just cut me out of her life. Whatever. I don't care anymore. But I've had a history of people pretending to be my friend and people lying about wanting to be my friend. And so I'm not used to actually having decent friends. And I am just trying my best, and I'm trying to get used to it because it's also a me thing for personal things that I'm not going to get into on the stream. But it's also me trying to get used to being able to open up to people without feeling like they're lying about it, without them feeling like they're wanting something else out of me for it, without them trying to emotionally manipulate me, lying. Because I'll have people say yes to something and then tell somebody else that they were uncomfortable with it. And like that recently happened to me. Like they were consenting to something, and they were consenting to like a hug, and they said fully it's okay, but then they would tell other people about it, and that person would tell me, hey, they don't want you to do that, instead of telling me, hey, can we not do this anymore? Right. And so I don't trust people very much anymore. I'm trying to get better at that, and I love my best friend with all my heart. She's awesome. Don't love her in that way. I have rules. A, she has a significant other. B, I don't do kids. So when I say I love her with all my heart, it's platonic.
I hope you.
That's fine. Don't get into the marital stuff.
No, I'm not.
Please don't.
And definitely don't do kids. That's a bad idea.
No, I'm too. I don't ever want children. I always say, if I first off, I'm perfect. I'm happy right now dealing with my own stuff. I've been single the entire 31 years I've been on this planet.
Are you really not? You're just not going to acknowledge my dirty pedo joke?
It flew over.
Don't do kids. Don't do kids.
Bad idea. Yeah, no, it is a bad idea. kind of like what Vosh wants to do.
So can I? I don't know. Yeah. Do you like listen to? Clearly, you do like listen to shows and podcasts. Do you?
Yes.
Can I recommend somebody for you that you might find interest in?
Is it UnframeOfMind by Daniel Wagner?
It is.
I heard that dude. I heard that dude's a real douchebag.
He is. He really is. But he's got a lot of truth in that. No,
I hear his coworker Anthony is a lot better looking.
Oh, for sure. I've got this guy I like to listen to a lot, and especially the listener call-ins when he's talking about like personal issues and stuff. Those have been hugely therapeutic for me because I hear a lot of similarities in my story through these other people's stories. He's got thousands of shows, so there's no shortage of content, and he's constantly. His name is Stefan Molyneux. He is.
I know exactly who Stefan is.
Yeah, so you may not care about the anarchist stuff or the atheist stuff, but
I used to be a very staunch follower of Stefan. I followed right when you and I met many years ago. I followed Stefan. Then there was something like the atheism I didn't care about. I think he was very respectful towards religious people back then. Yeah. But I don't know. I think I saw, and I don't ask me to say what it was because I don't remember because it was years ago that I unfollowed him. But there were some like really weird things that he was talking about that just didn't sit right with me. Don't remember what it was. It was years ago. But it was like something clicked and I just didn't want to follow him anymore because something didn't sit right with me. So I know exactly who Stefan is. I do because I used to follow.
Yeah, and again, it's not something you got to agree with 100% of what he says or anything. But specifically the listener call-ins where they're talking about these issues. I think there's a lot of stuff you can pull out of that. Even if you can't afford therapy or whatever, just
no. Yeah. I have Medicaid. I'm pretty sure I can find a therapist with Medicaid.
So I got some theories, and maybe we can talk about it privately later on. We'd have to get into more detail, but I got a general gist of how those calls tend to go. And I've been able to help some people kind of work through some of those issues and identify issues that they just otherwise couldn't see. They're too in it. They're people just too in their own lives to see the actual problems. They're too close to it.
Yeah. But like we've almost reached the 2-hour mark. Well, I've reached the 2-hour mark. Daniel came in like 40 minutes into the thing.
Yeah, something like that.
But like that was my own fault. I got the times mixed up. But like, what are your plans for your podcast? Like your stuff going forward, Daniel?
Oh, just putting out more content. Just the same as I don't know. I got a lot of skit ideas in mind that I'm working on. Those tend to do really well. I just did one about. I just did one where I was pretending to be a brand new border agent. Fresh, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, new on the job. Yeah. And that one has gotten about 100K plus views across all platforms. It's ridiculous.
Holy cheese whiz!
I've never had one do that good before, but people really.
Damn, that's good.
See, I'm just happy that like with my short form content, I'm pulling in a couple like 400 views. Like I don't ever get any comments, which is perfectly fine. I don't care, but it's like just simply 400 views, 400 eyeballs, even just taking 2 seconds to watch my stuff. I'm very grateful for.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to be this person who's grateful for every view that I get. And I am somebody who's just, what you see online is a more exaggerated version of what I am in my personal life, minus me telling you every personal detail and facet of what I go through. Because YouTube doesn't need to know that. I don't think people care, and I just try to say what interests me. Like I'll talk about Mississippi State sports on Twitter a lot of times. I will talk about music that I like to listen to on my platforms and stuff like that. I will occasionally call out stupid people in politics because as much as I'm trying to veer away from politics, that will never leave me. It's just something that's just there. But it's like I if it looks like an idiot quacks like an idiot, it must be an idiot. And that's just the type of stuff that I do. It's just I want to entertain people. I like entertaining people, and you are not an idiot. I was mostly talking about Daniel.
Quack, quack. Quack, quack.
But it's just like that's just what I want to do, and I'm wanting to.
I'd love to see you figure out who you are and present that to the world. Because right now, everything's been very schizophrenic.
It has been, but I'm also asking other content creators that I'm becoming friends with to look at my channel because I'm asking people who have way more followers than I do to look at my channel, see what they can pull from it, and see what might sit right with them. Because I like talking more about the entertainment and video game stuff, like kind of like a Razor Fist or any of these other like Heel vs. Babyface, which these are YouTubers that cover.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you would like Razor Fist. I will send you Razor Fist. You would absolutely love Razor Fist. But they're like, sometimes they talk politics, but mostly they talk video games and movies and stuff like that, and the stupidity that's going on in Hollywood. But that's kind of what I want to do. But I'm asking other content creators what they might think. So because I want to make sure that I'm being consistent. Because I have my channel is about as ADHD ridden as my brain. Mm-hmm. So I need to fix that, which I have started to script my rants though. My content where I just speak and I don't showcase anything, I've started to script that out. And I've done 2 scripts right now. One was a video just talking about, my mental state. Heaven forbid somebody talks about their mental state. I had somebody comment saying, somebody's looking for attention. And so I just sarcastically said, yes, thank you for giving it to me.
Yeah, that might be
good response. Good.
Yeah, that might be where your content shines, where you actually are real, honest. Like this is my journey. Like people love that shit. They love journeys. Like this is where I started. This is where I'm at now. This is where I'm going.
And I have 2 channels because the first channel that I met you on, I lost that one. And I appealed it after 6 years and YouTube gave it back to me. So that channel is just sitting around doing jack squat. So I'm figuring out what I want to do with my backup channel. I want to play video games, but I can't commentate because I'm on my Android and it sucks doing commentary on an Android with video games because the microphone levels are all wonky and janked up. So that might just be me doing playthroughs without talking at all, which I have seen YouTube pages do that. And really, I'm just wanting to get ideas from different YouTube creators that I'm friends with to see where they might be able to help me push my channel into the right direction. Because I am gaining a following. I am getting people to watch my stuff, and they like me calling out idiots. I've actually had people say, hey, Gabe, you might, like in different Discord servers, say, hey, Gabe, I recognize who you are. You might want to talk about this because this person, you like to call out stupid people. You might want to call this out. And I've had people give me recommendations of people to talk about. And I'm very grateful for that. So I'm trying and I'm seeing what sticks. But really, at the end of the day, me spending a lot of time editing stuff, whenever you see a video of mine, usually I will play the game. I will do the gameplay footage that day. I'll record the audio that day. Like I'll do the gameplay footage, then I'll record the video itself, all within the span of like an hour and a half usually. And so I try to get stuff out there pretty fast. And so I'm doing pretty well for somebody who's doing all this crap on his cell phone.
Yeah, that's good.
So, but thank you guys so much for coming. I have Riot Kitty's crap I mean, links down below. Sorry, I didn't mean to call.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna live stream tomorrow. Woo.
Oh yay! Who are you live streaming with?
Just myself. I'll be live streaming in the morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard.
Ooh.
So Daniel's time.
I don't get out of bed till noon.
Yeah, I have heard people say it's like you stream too early. It's like, yeah, I know. I'm one of those people who just I don't think
hold up one sec.
Streams at the same time. It's just like, yeah, I stream early in the morning.
Hey Mob, I don't mind, but I don't have a place to donate. I have a Venmo, but I don't have that Venmo linked, but I'll probably link it sometime after I put the VOD up. I'm not asking for people's money, but they can if they want to. It's I'm not that type of person.
Well,
but
if you want people to donate, if you want people to support your entertainment efforts,
I'll put a Venmo. I'll start a Subscribe Star because they are the alternate to Patreon.
Yeah, if you're doing the work, I mean, people should pay. It's just the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm always wanting to put stuff like that because I want this to be a side hustle of mine. I know YouTube's not going to give me, like, even if I get like 2,000 followers, YouTube will silence my videos because they silence a lot of creators that I follow. And a lot of creators that I follow just cover stuff that's already on the platform to begin with.
Yep.
So the original video stays up, but the people talking about the video get taken down, which makes sense.
Go Rumble, man. Are you on Rumble?
I have an account, but I can't figure out how in the world to use it or to gain followers on that account. So I kind of have, I deleted the app, but I'm tempted to put it back up.
If you're using StreamYard, you can link Rumble with it. You just have to get your RTMP key.
Got you. Well, I learned about RTMP keys through the gentleman that I was speaking to in regards to getting the pro thing. So I'm actually going to do that. So I'm going to figure that stuff out. And I'm just really excited because this is a hobby for me, and I like my hobby. I like doing this. I want to do more of this where it's more controlled. So the next person that I talk to, I'm going to ask what do you like to talk about. I'm going to try to get things more structured because I want to do things where I'm like, okay, like say my friend Scene Invader, who's the next YouTuber I want to try to talk to. I'm going to try to specifically ask him what was it like how did he start his channel, stuff like that, what got him into YouTube and stuff like that. That's the way I want to do this. And I need to probably make some bullet points where I have a structured thing where I ask everybody the same questions, and then whatever we decide to talk about after that happens. But I want to do interviews where I introduce people to my favorite Twitch friends or my YouTube friends and stuff like that, and just get people noticed.
Well,
even if it
can help you a lot if you just knew what the show was. If you could just because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what.
That's an issue.
Yeah, and then I didn't relate. We didn't set a time or anything. I would recommend, man, just instead of just kind of going, well, we can just kind of maybe do this. Just say, hey, I'm doing it this time. This is the location. Are you available? This is what it's about.
That's what I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna do next. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do next time. I'm gonna try to work it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It would help me also, and other people as well. If I already kind of got a general idea, kind of what to expect, because
gotcha. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's all good. It's just all constructive criticism. That's all. Because I'm very busy and I got to be very cognizant of my time. I've got so much going on. You can tell by answers when we talk. But if I know exactly what I'm in for and what to expect about how long the show runs, like that's all very useful information if you're reaching out to other creators.
That's fair. And probably what I'm going to do next time is make it like an hour, unless they can talk more. Like I'm going to keep it like 30 minutes to an hour for the structured portion of the show.
Sure.
And then if they decide they want to talk more, then that's fine. That's fair. I'm getting used to doing this.
Hours are like a good, decent show. Like
Yeah. But if
I can listen to it on double speed on podcast format, I plow through hour-long shows in 30 minutes. It's great.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to get stuff onto the podcast and stuff like that, but I'll figure that stuff out later. But yeah, I'm probably going to do it like an hour for the structured portion. And then if they decide to talk more afterwards, then sure, cool. But it's all a learning curve. I have not done a live stream like this in about 6 years. So it's new. But I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys coming on.
Not a worry.
I'm
here to help. You know, I'm here to help you. As much as
definitely.
I reasonably can, anyway.
Yeah, you can only whore yourself out to so many people, dude. But I'm appreciative, and I appreciate y'all. Hopefully, you guys have a great day. This was basically just a test run. I think I have the name down pat. The one thing I definitely know of, I go by Radio Blobfish. I decided to do a pun, Radio Podfish, as in podcasting. It's a pun.
PodFish. Okay, that's nice.
It's stupid. It's like when I call whenever I'm in just using my avatar. Like obviously my avatar is not mine. I found it a JPEG from some blobfish cartoon that they don't. But like I call myself Blobbert.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do when you're like skinny as a rail? Or like, what do you call yourself then?
Well, I mean, it's a blobfish, so I'm using a blobfish, so it would still be Blobbert. My blobfish persona is a blobfish.
Okay.
Pod blob.
I know you did not.
Okay. I will talk to you guys later. You have a blessed day.
My pun is that bad. Okay. I'm kidding.
But I will talk to you guys later. Mop.
So guess
I will
find you.
I will. Where can they find you, you rat bastards?
Ladies first. Where can people find you, Miss?
Well, I'm Riot Kitty. You can find me on my YouTube channel at Riot Kitty. I'm streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna draw my comic book characters, so that's gonna be fun. And yeah, like I do art, writing, design, that sort of a thing. So that's awesome. My main bread and butter on my channel. So
fantastic,
excellent.
Mr. Wagner. Yeah. I have some of your links down below. I didn't know you were doing a whole nother thing.
No,
so I put what I knew.
I'll give you 2 links to use. Just use my YouTube channel and my Patriot Punkcast channel. I'll give you a Rumble channel. A link for that.
I put you can check the description below.
Yeah.
But I linked your YouTube page, obviously, and I linked your X page.
All good. Yep. If anybody wants to find me, you can find me on all social media platforms at UnframeOfMind.
Yes, he's very easy to find. Daniel Wagner, UnframeOfMind. But no, I appreciate it. I promise. Hopefully, the next one will be a lot more structured. ADHD brain is ADHDing.
All good, man.
But
nice to meet you.
I appreciate.
Nice to meet you, Daniel.
Riot Kitty's awesome. Riot Kitty's awesome. You guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. Take care and God bless everyone. Bye.
Bye. Good night.